The Secrets of Amichi's Mansion. In the heart of a flourishing Igbo kingdom called Amichi, there lived a family that everyone knew and respected, the Okoris. Known for their immense wealth, the Okoris were said to own more land than the king himself, and rumors whispered that their ancestors had discovered precious stones on their lands, which they traded with travelers from distant lands. Their wealth was unmatched, and even the king bowed to the influence of the Okoris. They lived in a grand mansion so vast it could host the entire kingdom of Amichi within its walls. The Okori mansion, larger and more splendid than the king's palace, housed several generations. Led by the eldest son, Jude, a man of considerable wealth yet limited in education, the family thrived. Jude had married a beautiful woman named Mirabel, whose intelligence and cunning set her apart from the other women of the Okori clan. She managed the family's finances, wielding authority with a cold yet strategic mind. Unlike the gentle women of the family, Mirabel was proud and arrogant, treating them as subordinates. In time, everyone in the mansion feared her, as they depended on her for nearly everything. Mirabel's superiority extended beyond the mansion. The villagers trembled at her presence, and even the king showed her respect whenever she ventured into Amichi. Yet Mirabel's heart carried a longing that no wealth or authority could satisfy. She was barren and childless, despite all efforts and consultations with the finest healers in Amichi and beyond. This bitter truth drove Mirabel's resentment toward the other women in the family who had beautiful children while she had none. One day, a young maid of Mirabel's, Onyunai, fell ill. Too scared to admit her sickness, Onyunai tried to carry on with her duties. As she brought food to Mirabel, her weakness caused her to trip, spilling the tray. Enraged, Mirabel slapped Onyunai and dismissed her immediately, ordering her henchman to fetch a new maid from the village. Hours later, he returned with a young girl named Kaameka, a beautiful 18-year-old orphan from a humble background. Abandoned as a baby and raised in an orphanage, Kaameka had once been adopted by a family but left after they mistreated her once their own child was born. She had been struggling to survive alone, selling vegetables in the market and living in an abandoned hut. When Mirabel's henchman arrived at the market looking for a maid and promised good pay, Kaameka eagerly volunteered, unaware she would be serving the most feared woman in Amichi. Unlike other maids who mingled freely, Kaameka kept to herself. Her quietness and solitude bothered Mirabel, who saw it as arrogance. She became increasingly harsh toward Kaameka, slapping her for minor errors. Though Kaameka wanted to leave, she had nowhere else to go. One day, Mirabel called for hot water to bathe. Kaameka fetched the water but, unsure of the perfect temperature, poured it into the bathtub under Mirabel's watch. Mirabel dipped her hand into the water, found it too hot, and, in fury, threw the remaining hot water onto Kaameka. Screaming in pain, Kaameka removed her gown, revealing a unique birthmark on her back. Mirabel froze, her heart pounding as she recognized the mark. Many years ago, Mirabel, as a young girl, had lived with her aunt. Her beauty attracted her aunt's husband, who relentlessly pursued her. When she confided in her aunt, the woman accused her of lying. In anger and despair, Mirabel was forced into a traumatic encounter that resulted in a pregnancy. Shamed and abandoned, she gave birth to a baby girl alone. Unable to care for the child, she left her at an orphanage, marking her with a small cut on her back, a symbol only Mirabel would recognize. Now, this mark stared back at her from Kaameka. In turmoil, Mirabel couldn't shake the memory of the birthmark. After days of sleepless nights, she visited the orphanage where Kaameka had been raised. After a series of inquiries, Mirabel uncovered the truth: Kaameka was indeed her daughter. Overcome with guilt for the scars, both emotional and physical, she had inflicted upon her own child, Mirabel returned to the mansion and changed forever. When Kaameka finally recovered from her injuries, a large scar marred her face, a permanent reminder of Mirabel's cruelty. Tormented, Mirabel gathered the family and revealed her secret, the truth about Kayameka's birth. The family, shocked by the revelation, embraced Kayameka as one of their own. Meanwhile, the weight of guilt struck Mirabel hard. Stricken by regret and shame, she suffered a stroke that left her confined to a wheelchair, dependent on the very people she had once mistreated. As days turned into years, Mirabel sat in her wheelchair, watching the life she had tried to control slip away. Kayameka lived in the mansion, scarred but resilient, and accepted by the family, who once feared her mother. Mirabel's regret was profound, for she had lost the love and respect of everyone around her. She had longed for a child but had nearly destroyed her own when she finally found her. The lesson of Amichi's mansion remains a whisper tale in the kingdom. No one knows what tomorrow holds. The powerful can fall, and the lowly can rise. Treat everyone with kindness and humility, for life is a cycle, and no one escapes the hands of fate. I hope you enjoyed the tale. If so, please like the video, comment, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more enchanting tales like this one. Goodbye.